By the way, do I have a great press team in Wynn, wherever he is, and Allie? And of course, her nickname, can I tell you her nickname? She wore penny loafers. I love penny loafers. And she wore them, and her nickname is PL. Got them on now. There you go. All right. Okay, so it is really a very, very good night for the American people. This year, I am happy to announce there will be no government shutdown. As of Friday night, the government is staying open. And because of bipartisan cooperation, we're keeping the government open without any poison pills or harmful cuts to vital programs. A great outcome for the American people. Obviously, the Republican-led House needed Democratic votes to avoid a shutdown. And I was pleased to see that the Speaker was willing to work with Democrats and resisted the siren song of the hard right in the House. And if that continues, we can avoid further shutdowns and finish the work of funding the government. Today's CR is a very good step, a good omen for the future. I hope we see more bipartisanship down the line. Every time I've spoken about a shutdown, I've stressed the need to focus on bipartisanship. Every time I've talked to the Speaker, I've said to him, if we work in a bipartisan way, we can get this done. And if the House is not bipartisan, it could very well lead to a shutdown and real harm to the American people. Bending over backwards to mollify the hard right, as speakers of the past have shown, will only create more gridlock and more chaos. So I hope that the new Speaker continues to choose the bipartisan approach, as he commendably has in his first foray. Now, keeping the government is a good outcome, of course, but we have a lot more work to do after Thanksgiving. We must finish passing President Biden's emergency supplemental with aid to Israel, Ukraine, humanitarian assistance for innocent civilians in Gaza, and funds for the Indo-Pacific. We will keep working with Leader McConnell on a way forward. I know both sides genuinely care about approving aid to Israel and Ukraine and helping innocent civilians in Gaza. So I hope we can come to an agreement, even if neither side gets everything they insist on. But we will be working on it immediately when we get back after Thanksgiving. We will also complete our work on the National Defense Authorization Act. We're moving to go to conference right now, and we had very good agreements. The motions to instruct, some of the very bad ones that neither side liked, that one side didn't like or the other, have been eliminated, and the rest will be done by voice vote. So you won't have to hang around here for votes on the motions to instruct. That's how much we care about all of you. And we have to continue work on appropriations bills as well. So it's a very busy end of the year. We have the supplemental, the defense authorization bill, and the appropriations bills. And when you look at the struggles the House is having passing their partisan appropriation bills, it shows clearly what I've been saying all along. Bipartisan is the only way to get things done. For now, I want to thank my colleagues for voting to keep the government open. Leader McConnell, Chair Murray, Vice Chair Collins, and all the appropriators, we've all worked hard to get this very positive outcome. Again, no government shutdown, no cuts to vital programs, no poison pills. It's a great outcome for the American people. Questions? Yes?
About Tuberville's holds, you've said soon that you might bring the resolution to the floor. Would after Thanksgiving be enough time? I mean,
Yes.
if there still isn't a solution by the time you come
Well,
back?
as you saw Leader McConnell's speech at the Rules Committee, it was a speech that basically, if you didn't see the last line, you'd think he was going to vote yes to bring the rule to the floor. But he wanted a little more time to persuade Tuberville to come up with a more amiable solution. So do some of our other colleagues. But we're going to have a vote on this, and we're going to have a vote on it soon. Yes?
I wondered if I could get your reaction to what we saw happening at the DNC this evening with protesters.
Yeah, I haven't really seen it because I've been so busy with keeping the government open and getting NDAA done. So I'll have to comment tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
But just to follow up on that, 6 U.S. Capitol Police officers
I'm not going to comment till I see the details. Yes?
On the supplemental, is Borders seeming like it's progressing? Is it feasible to keep that locked into that package with the rate that
Well, look,
talks are
I
progressing?
would pass the package of the four, Israel, humanitarian aid for Gaza, and the rest, and Ukraine, for Ukraine and for Indo-Pacific without border. Our Republican colleagues say they want to do it with border, so we're making every effort to try and come up with a compromise on border, but it has to be bipartisan. You cannot shove something, through and expect it to pass. Yes?
We're going to get this Ethics Committee report tomorrow on the House side about George Santos here. Obviously, if they move to expel, it's going to be a couple weeks away after Thanksgiving. But do you think it's proper, if this report is as bad as we think, that the House act to expel somebody who's not been convicted
Look,
in court?
I think Long Island deserves someone a whole lot better than George Santos, plain and simple. Yes?
On the border discussions, Senator Thune said yesterday they're not going well, and Tillis today said they're kind of at a standstill. What is your sense about, are they not going well?
It's difficult. The border is a difficult issue. We always know that. But I had a talk with several of the senators tonight, and they're continuing to pursue it. It's certainly not over, that's for sure.
Policy changes? Are you guys?
I'm not going to get into any of the details. Yes?
On appropriations, is there any effort by leadership to immediately begin negotiating the top lines that you need
Yes.
to get these bills?
We really need to move forward. We need top lines, and there are efforts to negotiate them.
Among you and
Among the four leaders and the four appropriator corners. Yes.
Sure. Can you sort of give us a little sense of your confidence, and that the confidence that our allies in Kyiv and in Israel, that this funding will ultimately get through the Congress?
Look,
because it just seems to be a ping pong, delay after delay after delay.
well, it's a big, huge package. It's $100 billion. Obviously, the most immediate priority was keeping the government open. But now that that has been done, we will be able to focus fully on this package, and I am very hopeful we can get it done. It's needed. A majority of the House and the Senate support each piece of that package. And so I think, we have to figure out the best way to get it done, but I am very, very intent on getting it done. Thank you, everybody. Oh, this is something I put in the record, but I thought I'd read it here to you. This is the remarks on the retirement of Laura Little. Today, this is what I'm going to say in the record. Today, with a full heart of gratitude, I join the Senate in paying tribute to Laura Little, who's retiring today as Daily Press Media Gallery Director. Laura is precisely my kind of Senate staffer. It was through her good work that the press has been able for all these years to access the Senate and keep the American public informed of our work. Laura joined the Sergeant-at-Arms in May of 1994 as an intern in the press gallery, taking on special projects to help the fine-tuned machinery of the gallery function properly. Over the years, she worked her way up the ladder, became director of the Daily Press Media Gallery in June of 2013, 10 years ago, 10 years and a few months. It was Laura who was responsible for credentialing reporters for daily newspapers, wire services, online publications, and helped facilitate press interactions with members. Without Laura, the crucial bridge between this chamber and the public that the press creates would not have been possible. She's been the facilitator and gatekeeper. We're thankful for her service. So, Laura, we say to you, if you're watching, knowing you probably are, we wish you the very best on the next step in your journey. We'll miss you, and we want you to know you'll always have a home here in the Senate. Thank you, everybody. A happy Thanksgiving. I was born on Thanksgiving Day. It doesn't come out this year, a day later. But a happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Thank you.
Happy birthday.